Simplify the expression. We have 2 over 5x minus 40 plus x over x squared minus 64. So we want to be able to first find the LCD, but before we find the LCD, we must factor the expressions that's in the denominator. So the first fraction, your denominator, or our denominator, we have 5x plus, or 5x minus 40. Let's erase that. We want to factor. Now, is there a GCF? Yes, we have 5. And then we're going to factor out of 5, and what is left over? X minus 8. And then we have the second fraction, x squared minus 64. And is there GCF for x squared minus 64? No. We have two terms. First and last terms are perfect squares. We have a minus sign. This is a perfect square binomial. So we're going to factor this into two binomials, the product of two binomials. Okay, so as we look at this, we have the denominator factored. We want to find the LCD. So our LCD, you can choose to use the Venn diagram. Okay, we can look and see what's in common. Here's a Venn diagram. What do we have in common? Okay, well, we have the x minus 8. Let's make that a little bit bigger. We have the x minus 8. We know the first fraction is denominator. You have a 5. And then in the second fraction, of course, we have x minus 8, but we also have x plus 8 that's in the denominator. So the LCD is everything that you see here. We have a 5, we have an x minus 8, and we have an x plus 8. Okay, so this will be our LCD as we add the two fractions together. So let's go ahead and write the new fraction. We have 2 over, and before we even try to put everything together, let's go ahead and like I said before, let's convert each fraction into its new LCD. This is the new LCD here. 5 times x minus 8 times x plus 8. And then we have our second fraction, its denominator. And we want to convert that fraction into having a new, or its new LCD. So let's look at the first fraction, 2 over 5 times x minus 8. We want to convert it into having 5 times x minus 8, x plus 8. So what will we have to multiply the first fraction by to get it into the new fraction? Well, since 5 and x minus 8 is there, we just need to multiply the first fraction by x plus 8. And we have 2 times x plus 8. This will be here our new fraction. Now, second fraction, what do we want to multiply the second fraction by to get it into its new denominator? We're going to multiply that by 5. And 5 times x, we have 5x. All right, so we have everything we need to bring our two fractions together. We have a common denominator. 2 over x plus 8 over the LCD. Plus 5x over the LCD. Here again, what do we know about fractions when you have a common denominator? The rule says bring the numerators together and write it over a common denominator. Well, we know our common denominator, 5 times x minus 8 and times x plus 8. Now let's just focus only on the numerator. Let's distribute 2 times the x, we have 2x, 2 times the 8, we have 16, and then we have plus 5x. We're going to add our like terms in the numerator. We have 2x plus 5x, that gives us 7x, and then we have the 16 over our LCD, 5 times x minus 8 times x plus 8. And before we write our final answer, let's look and see if the numerator can be factored. Is there a GCF that can be factored out? No, it can't be factored out. We can't factor anything out of 7 and 16, so this is our answer. 7x plus 16 over 5 times x minus 8 times x plus 8.